Hello students, how are you all? Welcome to Affairscloud, Learn to Lead. My name is Vikas Rana. So students, we have an app by the name Cloud which you can go and download through the Play Store for Android phones. Once you have downloaded and logged in with your Gmail ID, you will be transferred to your home page where you can see all the courses that are offered by us. Once you have purchased the course, you can see your courses in the My Course section. But why our courses are so better? Why we think we provide you one of the best content? Because we provide you content on daily basis. In the daily basis, we provide you current affairs with 20 questions quiz as well as the PDF of the current affairs of daily. Then similarly for weekly, on weekly basis we provide you current affairs PDF as well as a 50 questions quiz that will help you to revise all the content that you have learned. Then on monthly basis also we provide you top 100 current affair questions PDF that will be the compiled PDF of the 100 questions of that particular month that will be very helpful for you. And not just this friends, we provide you in English as well as in Hindi too. So both English and Hindi students can enjoy our courses. Apart from this friends, we also provide you banking related question answers, the banking related MCQ questions, the quizzes that will help you prepare for the bank exams. Not just that friends, we provide you a new way of learning, that is your infotainment infographics. That is a different and interesting way of learning. Apart from this, we cover 20 topic wise current affairs. These topics are important such as apps, portals, important days, books and authors days, national affairs, international affairs, sports, defense, all these topics, these are highly important and questions from these particular topics are asked. Also we cover state-wise current affairs also that will help you to prepare for your state exams. Also friends, as I told you, if you use the code Vikas10, you will be given extra 10% discount on the purchase you make. If you have any problem regarding login and your application, then you can contact us on support@of Affairscloud.com. This is our email ID and you can contact us on our mobile phone, that is 9677333862. Hello students, how are you all? I hope you are all good. So students, in this video we will be discussing important current affairs of 20th of August. The session will be very important and interesting, so do pay attention till the end. Also friends, first we will be discussing some homework questions of yesterday's video that will help you for your preparation. First question is, what is the name of the national campaign launched to focus the development of children in the first 2 years? The scheme was Palan 1000. We have discussed this on our daily videos that this Palan 1000 national campaign, it was launched by Union Health Ministry. Alright, it was a new campaign, Palan 1000, and parenting, this was a national campaign and a parenting application that was focusing on the development of children in the first 2 years, that is from 0 to 2 years. Highly important. Alright, this was an application, mobile application. This was launched at the Early Childhood Development Conclave. This will provide caregivers with practical advice on things to do in their everyday routine, and that will help to solve the doubts of the parents. So correct option is option B. Next, which state or union territory launched the first flight of drone service, that is medicine from the sky? Important question. What will be the correct answer here? It was your Arunachal Pradesh. They have successfully launched the first flight of drone service, that is medicine from the sky, from Sepa to Chayang Tajo. The government of Arunachal Pradesh decided to conduct a pilot project of using drones in healthcare, agriculture, disaster management in association with World Economic Forum. So correct option here becomes Arunachal Pradesh. Also if asked which was the first state that used drone in the healthcare sector, in the healthcare sector, it was your Uttarakhand. Next, Manthan platform, which was launched recently, is associated with which field? Manthan platform, it is related to research and innovation. Alright, I repeat, this Manthan platform, the recently Principal Scientific Advisor Office to the Government of India announced the launch of the this Manthan platform. Question can be asked that Manthan platform was launched by whom? It was launched by Principal Scientific Advisor of the Government of India to the Government of India. The main aim of this platform is to promote collaboration between industry, and scientific research and development ecosystem. The aim is to implement technology based social impact innovations and solutions in India. Also, if we are talking about research and development, we should know that a report was released by Niti Aayog that stated that India is spending the least amount of money on research and development. And then a research and development policy was adopted by which state of India? It was your Karnataka. Also, which is the best state for research and development in India? It is also Karnataka. So here the correct option becomes option C. Next, what is the wholesale inflation in India in July 2022? Alright, so just remember the data here because next month the data will be different. The next month then the data will be different. So just remember in the month of July, the wholesale inflation was 13.93, whereas last month, that was in June, it was around 15.18, and in the month of May it was around 16.63. Next, which institution announced performance based fund allocation to states and union territories to strengthen health facilities? It is your National Health Authority. That is, National Health Authority has announced performance based fund allocation to states and union territories for strengthening the registries of healthcare professional health facilities. Alright, this is important question. So these were your 5 questions that were given homework yesterday, and these are the answer of each and every of them. So I hope you have given the correct answers, friends. Now it's time for us to move to the news part. First news that we will be talking about is about Goa. Goa became the first state in the India that has been certified as the Har Ghar Jal certified state. I repeat, if we are talking about the certified state, it is Goa, and if we are talking about certified union territory in the country, it is your Daman and Diu. I repeat, Goa. As you can see, Goa became the first state or first Har Ghar Jal certified state, and Dagadar and Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu, they became the first Har Ghar Jal certified union territory. So don't get confused. If asked about state, it is Goa. If asked about union territory, it will be your Dadra and Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu. They became the first union territory in the country. Also, what is this Jal Jeevan Mission or Har Ghar Jal Mission that we are talking about? That means water has been provided, clean and drinking water has been provided through pipes to these locations. Means to these, in Goa, every house is connected with clean and drinking water. They are equipped with clean and drinking water, and the government is supplying these water to them. If we talk about this Jal Jeevan Mission, Har Ghar Jal is a under Jal Jeevan Mission, which is a flagship program of the government of India that was announced on 15th of August 2019. Jal Jeevan Mission aims to make provisions of potable tap water supply in adequate quantity of prescribed quality and on regular and long-term basis to every rural household of the country by 2024. So what is the targeted here? The targeted year is 2024. The program is implemented by the government of India in partnership with states and union territories. And if we are talking about the state that became the first state, it is your Goa. And if we ask about the first union territory, certified union territory, it is Dadra and Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu. Alright friends, moving on. Here you can see Goa, it became the first Har Ghar Jal certified state, whereas Dadra and Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu became the first Har Ghar Jal certified union territory of India. Moving on. Next, Jharkhand. Jharkhand became the first state in the country to distribute seeds to farmers via blockchain technology. Alright, I repeat, this is an important thing and I want you all to remember this and take a note of it, that Jharkhand state became the first state in the country that was distributed seeds to the farmers with the help of a blockchain based platform. So remember, Jharkhand, it became the first Indian state to implement a blockchain technology which is being used to track seed distribution. Important point. Then this aim is at reducing the pilferage and avoid superior seeds that farmers receive through various government schemes, including the seeds exchange scheme. This particular platform enables the traceability, real-time monitoring and efficient management of the schemes in the transparent manner. Also, this blockchain technology, each farmer must register themselves in this blockchain system along with an Aadhaar card and mobile number, through which the technology enables timely availability of seeds to farmers and also distributors and retailers. So correct option here becomes, what is the answer? That Jharkhand became the first state in the country that used the blockchain technology to distribute seeds to the farmers. Highly important. Next, here you can remember more than 3 lakh farmers has been provided with multiple seeds so far. And during the current Kharif season, the department has also covered seeds distribution of cereals, pulses, oil seeds, chorus seeds, and other through blockchain technology. All right. So remember blockchain also, that is important. And what is blockchain? All the cryptocurrency that is running on blockchain only. Then blockchain Bharat blockchain network was also launched. Polyversity was launched by the government of India. Next is Steel Ministry has extended PLI scheme to September 15, 2022. What is it? Let's talk about. On 17th of August, Union Ministry of Steel has extended the last date for receipt of applications under the Production Link Incentive Scheme for specialty steel till 15th of September. That was earlier 31st of July. So remember what is the extended date now? It is 15th of September. The last date has been extended multiple times since the scheme was launched in 2021. It can be applied through the online application window as mentioned here. Interested companies are requested to first register and then apply on the portal before the deadline. Alright, moving on now. This is important news, friends. Recently, who is our Union Defence Minister? Rajnath Singh. He has handed over indigenously developed equipments and systems to Indian Army. So multiple indigenously developed, that means they are developed in India only using the products, raw material from India only. They have been developed, and recently Rajnath Singh has handed over equipments and systems to Indian Army. Here you can see some of the systems that were handed over to the Indian Army. They are Future Infantry Soldier as a system, FINSAS system, Anti-Personnel Mine, Nipun, Handheld Thermal Imager, Uncooled, Commander Thermal Imaging Site for T-90 tank, Mini Remotely Piloted Aerial System. So these are some of the equipments and systems that were handed by Rajnath Singh to the Indian Army. If we talk about it, Minister of Defence, who is Rajnath Singh, handed over indigenously developed equipments and systems to the Indian Army in New Delhi. Alright, these equipments that we were just talking about, we just saw they have been jointly developed by the Indian Army, Defence Public Sector Undertakings, DRDO and industry with a vision to modernize the armed force under the Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan. So remember, it was Rajnath Singh who handed over these equipments and systems to the Indian Army. Next, India has handed over Dornier maritime surveillance aircraft to Sri Lankan Navy. And why was this Dornier 228 in news recently? Because 5 group of women recently used this aircraft to do surveillance in the North Atlantic Ocean. All right, so coming not North Atlantic, it was North Arabian Sea. All right, so coming back, recently India handed over which surveillance aircraft to Sri Lankan Navy? It was your Dornier 22 aircraft. That was a surveillance aircraft that was handed over by India to the Sri Lankan Navy. Also remember, this of presenting this Dornier maritime surveillance aircraft to Sri Lanka came during the time when a ship of Chinese, that was a spy ship being called, it was called as a spy ship, that was docked into the Sri Lanka. Then after that, this news came that India has presented this Dornier 228, that is a surveillance aircraft, to the Sri Lankan Navy in presence of Ranil Wickremesinghe, who is the president of Sri Lanka. The ceremony took place as India marked the 75 year of independence. All right, moving on to next news, friends. BSF. Next is BSF and IRCTC. What is BSF? That is your Border Security Force. And what is IRCTC? It is your Indian Railway Catering and Tourism Corporation. Recently, BSF and IRCTC has signed a memorandum of understanding to ensure safety and security of booking data for BSF personnel with low cancellation charges and provided an online portal with a credit facility of 16 days. I repeat, BSF and IRCTC, they came together to sign an MOU to ensure the safety and security of booking data for the border security force personnel with low cancellation charges, and provided an online portal with credit facility of up to 60 days. Highly important. This will enable better facilities to the BSF personnel who guard 3,323 kilometers of India and Pakistan. This is the border line 3,323, and if we talk about India and Bangladesh borders, that is around 4,096 kilometers. Also, if asked which is India shares the maximum number of borders with which country, it is with Bangladesh. Moving on. Next we are talking about a joint commission meeting that was conducted between India and Thailand. So just remember, recently India and Thailand conducted a joint commission meeting. This was the 9th edition of this joint commission meeting, and this was in Bangalore. This concluded where? This concluded in Bangalore. Highly important. As you can see, our Minister of External Affairs S. Jaishankar co-chaired this meeting along with the Deputy Prime Minister and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Kingdom of Thailand. Remember, India, as India's 75th anniversary of India's independence, also coined with the 75th anniversary of the establishment of India-Thailand diplomatic relations. That is the reason this particular 9th edition of the joint commission meeting between India and Thailand was important. During this meeting, discussions were held on wide-ranging issues of mutual interest and reviewed the progress made in various areas such as political, defense, security, economic, and commercial. All right. Next we are talking about SEBI. SEBI has come out with guidelines for overseas investment by AIFs, that is your alternative investment fund, and venture capital funds. I repeat, recently SEBI came out with guidelines for overseas investment by alternative investment funds and venture capital funds. So remember, question will be direct that which organization recently came with the guidelines for the overseas investment by AIFs and VCFS, that is your SEBI, that is Security and Exchange Board of India. Highly important. All right. And this is for making investment abroad, under which overseas investee firms won't need to have an Indian connection. That means in order to invest outside, these new guidelines were issued for alternative investment funds and venture capital funds. Next, here remember, AIFs can invest in securities of companies incorporated outside India. On the other hand, VFCs are allowed to make investment in offshore venture capital undertaking subject to some conditions. One of the conditions was that overseas investment were allowed only in the companies which had an Indian connection. That means there should be an Indian connection. For example, like Adani Group. Adani Group is making projects in Africa. All right. So any these VFCs, venture capital funds, can invest in those projects that are going on in Africa as they are backed by Indian companies. So they have Indian company connection. So that means they can invest there. But if they are not having any Indian company connection, that they cannot invest. Next, RBI has cancelled the license of a Deccan Urban Cooperative Bank. Very important information, friends. Directly remember this. All right. Highly important. Also remember, as per the data, more than 99% of the depositors are entitled to receive the full amount of their deposit from Deposit Insurance and Credit Guarantee Act. All right. Also remember, on liquidation, there is a rule that every depositor would be entitled to receive the deposit insurance claim up to a monetary ceiling of 5 lakh rupees. That means if in case there is a liquidation of the bank, then no matter how much amount of money of yours there was in the bank, say example you had 10 lakh rupees in the bank account, in current saving account, but on the time of liquidation of the bank, you will be only entitled to receive a 5 lakh rupees. Also remember, here RBI has imposed a penalty of 5,93,000 rupees on OboPay Mobile Technologies Private Limited for non-compliance with certain provisions of norms on the PPI, that is Prepaid Payment Instruments, and Know Your Customers. But coming back, remember, it was your RBI that has cancelled the license of the Deccan Urban Cooperative Bank Limited. Highly important. The bank is prohibited from conducting businesses of banking as defined under certain section, and remember, it is with immediate effect. Next, next we are talking about Indian Coast Guard has signed an MOU with 8 banks, including IDFC First Bank. All right, it was your ICG, that is your Indian Coast Guard, signed a memorandum of understanding with 8 banks to provide customized banking services for its personnel deployed across India for the welfare of the troops. Highly important. All right. So remember here the thing that you need to is that Indian Coast Guard signed these MOU with these banks in order to provide customized services to its employees with the well-being and welfare of the troops as key purpose. The aim is to obtain special salary accounts from these banks that will be providing customized services, and this Indian Coast Guard has a range of programs and packages available to its officials and sailors that would be beneficial for them and could benefit from its services. All right, if we talk about the banks that you need to remember, that Axis Bank, HDFC, Yes Bank, Punjab National Bank, IDFC First Bank, ICICI Bank are the among 8 banks among which Indian Coast Guard had signed this MOU. Next, Aegon Life Insurance, they have launched, that is hashtag Play for Our Heroes. I repeat, Play for Our Heroes campaign to raise the fund for AFFDF. What is AFFDF? It is your, remember, Armed Forces Flag Day Fund. I repeat, Armed Forces Flag Day Fund. This is your AFFDF. So remember, recently life insurance company, that is Aegon Life Insurance, has launched a program or a campaign that was hashtag Play for Our Heroes. This was a campaign in order to celebrate the 75 years of independence, and it was to create awareness about the insurance and raise funds for the Armed Forces Flag Day Fund. The online game has been launched to spread awareness about the importance of the life insurers. Also remember, Aegon Life Insurance Company urges people to play and score points with the tagline, the more you play, the more we donate. So under this tagline, the game was launched, and it was to make sure that it raises fund for the Armed Forces Flag Day Fund. Next, Karnataka Bank, they have launched a new term deposit scheme, that is KBL Amrit Samriddhi under ACC. What is ACC? Ayush Abhyudaya Cash Certificate Scheme. I repeat, Karnataka Bank has launched a new term deposit scheme, that was your KBL Amrit Samriddhi under ACC, that is under Abhyudaya Cash Certificate and Fixed Deposit category. So remember, it was your which bank? It was your Karnataka Bank. They launched what? They launched a new term deposit scheme, that was KBL Amrit Samriddhi account, and it was launched under ACC and Fixed Deposit category. The bank is offering a term deposit scheme for 75 weeks, that is roughly 525 days, with interest rate on the deposit scheme of 6.10% per annum. Not per annum, for these term deposit, that is for 525 days. All right. Next, also remember friends, apart from this, Bank of Baroda, yesterday we discussed that Bank of Baroda has launched the Baroda Tiranga deposit scheme, and SBI has also launched their own deposit scheme, that there was Utsav deposit. So of SBI, if we talk about SBI, it was your Utsav deposit, and if we are talking about Bank of Baroda, it was your Baroda Tiranga deposit scheme. Next, we are talking about coal sector. We know coal sector is it is performance outstanding. Union Minister Prahlad Joshi has recently addressed the second edition of Coal Ministers Awards ceremony in New Delhi. He pointed out that coal sector played a crucial role in ensuring energy security of India, because we know whenever we need energy, we can burn coal and generate energy, but not in the case of renewable sources of energy. For example, if we are talking about solar, we will only be getting the solar energy when there is sunlight. That means during night time, we cannot afford solar energy. That means we cannot get the solar energy. So in order to scale up this process, in order to scale up the renewable energy sector, we need to have battery, we need to have storage. That how can we store the energy that we are generating from solar energy, wind energy, because these are the sources of energy that are not fully dependent, because you cannot fully depend on this. Sometimes there will be rain in the area and you won't be able to get energy. So during that time, during night time, when there is no solar light, there is no sunlight, then how can we use the stored energy? That is the main question. How can we store more and more energy? Research is being going in that particular field. So coming back, why coal become important? I have told you, because it can generate energy, and any amount of energy that we required at any amount of time. All right, anytime, be it night, whenever we feel that there is a lack of energy, we can burn coal and we can generate more energy. So remember, recently coal sector performance outstanding Union Minister Prahlad Joshi, they were awarded with award. He also facilitated the winners of the Coal Ministers Award for 21-22 in different categories. So remember, Union Minister for Coals, Mines and Parliamentary Affairs Prahlad Joshi addressed the second edition of Coal Ministers Award ceremony in New Delhi. So question can be asked that Coal Ministers Award ceremony that was held where? It was held in New Delhi. It was addressed by whom? It was addressed by Prahlad Joshi ji. And it was which edition of this Coal Ministers Award? It was the second edition of the Coal Ministers Award. Then if we talk about Coal Ministers Award, remember Mahanadi Coalfields Limited bagged the first prize in the three categories for safety, production and productivity and quality. So remember, it was Mahanadi Coalfields. Then the first prize in the sustainability category was won by the Western Coalfields Limited, and Northern Coalfields Limited won the first prize in implementation of enterprise resource planning. Central Coalfields Limited, a Jharkhand-based subsidiary of CIL, bagged the award under the safety and sustainability category. So these are the something, but I want you all to remember the Mahanadi Coalfield Limited, because it bagged the first prize in the three categories, that is for safety, production and productivity and quality. Next is, remember, recently book was released by Jitendra Singh, that was Transforming India, Governance for Atmanirbhar Bharat and Adhigam, that is an ISTM's journal on research and training and governance. So I repeat friends, recently Union Minister of State of Science and Technology Dr. Jitendra Singh has addressed the Assistant Section Officers of 2019 batch. Alright, during this he released a book that was Transforming India, Governance for Atmanirbhar Bharat and Adhigam. This was a journal that was on research and training and governance on the occasion. So who released this book, Transforming India, Governance for Atmanirbhar Bharat and Adhigam? It was released by Dr. Jitendra Singh, and it is a journal on research on training and governance. Next is Israel's president has unveiled Hebrew translation of India's at Herods. Alright, I repeat, the name of the book is Indians at Herods Gate. This book was authored by Navtej Sarna, and this book has been recently unveiled its Hebrew translation, by whom it was released by Israeli president. So remember, Israeli president Isaac Herzog has unveiled the Hebrew is a language, Hebrew translation of the book Indians at Herod's Gate, a Jerusalem tale. This book was authored by Navtej Sarna on the occasion of 75 years of independence, and now it was written in English, but now it has been translated to Hebrew, and the Hebrew translation of this book has been recently released by Isaac Herzog, who is the Israeli president. The book was originally written in English and was published in 2014 by Rupa Publications Private Limited, and now it has been translated to Hebrew. Alright, next is Indian Army Chief General Manoj Pandey has released a book that is Men of Steel's Military Leadership for India. I repeat, what is the name of the book? It is Men of Steel Military Leadership for India. This book has been released by whom? It is released by Manoj Pandey ji. Alright, this is a collection of essays that are authored by Major General Yash Moore, Lieutenant General Ajay Kumar Singh and many other people. Alright, this book will be published by KW Publishers Private Limited, and the name of the book is Man of Steel Military Leadership for India. And if you remember, how can you remember who was the Man of Steel? Superman is known as the Man of Steel. Alright, so similar to that, remember Manoj Pandey, who is the Indian Army's Chief General, he is also Superman, so he has released this Men of Steel Military Leadership for India. In this book, remember, this book proves the leadership in the armed forces and other categorical recommendations to experience the appreciation of the military. In total, Man of Steel has 15 chapters which were contributed by retired officers and non-military authors, and it was released by whom? Manoj Pandey ji. Next is Madam Sir, the story of Bihar's first lady IPS officer. This is an autobiography of Manjari Zarahur. Alright, I repeat, Manjari Zaruhar has she is an retired Indian police service officer and an advisor of Tata Consultancy Service. Has penned her autobiography. That means she has written her autobiography. So who will be the author? Manjari Zaruhar of the book that is Madam Sir, the story of Bihar's first lady IPS officer. The book details the life of the times of Bihar's first lady IPS officer is expected to be published on in the month of October, and it is published by Ibri Press imprint of the Penguin Random House. So what is the name of the book? Madam Sir, the story of Bihar's first lady IPS officer, that is Manjari Zaruhar. Next, World Humanitarian Day. When do we observe this? It is observed on 19th of August, and it is to commemorate the humanitarian workers who have committed their lives to help in other people in the most extreme circumstances around the world. The day is celebrated to recognize people who sacrifice their lives despite the tough challenges and also continue to provide protection and save the people in need. If we talk about this campaign that was started by World Humanitarian Day, it is United Nations Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs. Alright, this Humanitarian Day campaign was started by this United Nations Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs only. Moving on, if we talk about World Photography Day, when do we observe World Photography Day? It is observed on 19th of July. We observe World Photography Day, and it is to celebrate the art of photography. Photography is a means through which stories, ideas, places, experiences, monuments are captured and preserved as a memory. What is the theme of this World Photography Day? That is important. It is pandemic lockdown through the lens. World Photography Week is also observed from 19 to 26th of August, and here the campaign was World Photography Week. Highly important, friends. Alright, if we are talking about day, it is observed on 19th of July, and if we are talking about World Photography Week, it is from 19 to 26th of August. Next, CPRI has signed an MOU with Chhattisgarh government to construct regional testing laboratory. That is, Central Power Research Institute of Bangalore has signed a memorandum of understanding with Chhattisgarh government to set up India's largest regional testing laboratory and testing center at Atal Nagar Nava Raipur, that is in Naya Raipur, Chhattisgarh. Highly important. So this Central Power Research Institute signed an MOU with which organization or with which government to set up a regional test, India's largest regional testing laboratory. It was with Chhattisgarh government. Highly important. Remember this. And it is to set up India's largest regional testing laboratory in Chhattisgarh only. So friends, these were all your current affairs. Now let's quickly go through them one by one. Goa became the first Har Ghar Jal certified state, and Dadra and Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu became the first Har Ghar Jal certified union territory. So first state was Goa and first union territory is Dadra and Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu. Then Jharkhand became the first state in India to use blockchain technology for seed distribution. Steel Ministry extended PLI scheme for the specialty steel to September 15. Union Defence Minister Rajnath Singh has handed over indigenously developed equipments and systems to Indian Army. India hands over Dornier 228 maritime surveillance aircraft to Sri Lanka to celebrate the 75 years of independence. BSF and IRCTC signed together an MOU to ensure safety of booking data under air e-ticket service. Then, ninth meeting of the India-Thailand Joint Commission was held in Bangkok, and in this particular, certain MOUs were signed, and also our Minister of External Affairs S. Jaishankar was present here. SEBI issued guidelines for overseas investment by AIFs and VCFs. Then RBI has cancelled the license of the Deccan Urban Cooperative Bank. Indian Coast Guard signed an MOU with 8 banks including IDFC First Bank. Aegon Life Insurance has launched hashtag Play for Our Heroes. This is a campaign to raise fund for AFFDF. Karnataka Bank has launched a new term deposit scheme, that is KBL Amrit Samriddhi under ACC. Also remember, SBI also launched a certain fixed deposit scheme, and Bank of Baroda also launched a certain fixed deposit scheme. Union Minister of Coal Prahlad Joshi has distributed Coal Ministers Award for 21-22. Next, CCI has approved acquisition of certain group companies. Dr. Jitendra Singh has released a book that is Transforming India Governance for Atmanirbhar Bharat and Adhikam. This book was this is a journal basically on research on training and governance released by Dr. Jitendra Singh. Israeli president has unveiled Hebrew translation of the book that is Indian at Herods Gate by Navtej Sarnaji. Alright, this was written in English in 2014 and now it has been translated to Hebrew. Indian Army's Chief General Manoj Pandey has released the book Man of Steel Military Leadership for India. Then Madam Sir, the story of Bihar's first lady IPS officer. This is an autobiography of whom that has and who has penned it down, Manzari Zaruhar. She is the author of this book and she has written her autobiography. Then World Humanitarian Day on 19th of August, World Photography Day on 19th of July, and CPRI has signed an MOU with Chhattisgarh government to set up India's largest testing laboratory. And where this will be set up? This will be set up in Chhattisgarh only. So friends, these were some of your current affairs for the day. Now it's time for your homework. First question is, which city has the highest average level of fine 2.5 pm among the world's most populated city as per the HEI's recent report? Then which state launched? Okay, one more thing friends, apart from this is we are talking about air pollution. If I talk to you about noise pollution, which city tops in the noise pollution? Tell me that also side by side. This is an important question. Next, which city launched Vidya Rath School on Wheels project? Next, an interest subvention of 1.5% per annum has been approved for agriculture loan of up to which limit? Fourth question, what is the venue of the National Security Strategies Conference of 2022? Fifth, how many cities have recently declared themselves as Safai Mitra Surakshit Shahar as of August 2022? So these are your 5 homework questions friends. I want you all to comment below the answer of each and every one of them, and also no cheating. Alright friends, so that's all for the day. Thank you and have a nice day. That's all for the day friends. I hope you enjoyed the session, and you can follow us on the YouTube channel, as well as apart from YouTube channel you can go and follow us at Affairscloud Telegram channel. And if you have any queries related to the content or the of courses offered to you or the payment which you did on the application, you can contact us on the number provided, that is 7677333862. Apart from this friends, you can follow us on the Facebook as well as on Instagram handle, that is Affairscloud_official. In the end friends, if you use a code that is Vikas10, you will be getting an additional extra 10% discount by using this code Vikas10. Also, if you have any problem regarding the course purchase, any problem regarding to our application, you can contact us on the mobile number, that is 9677333862. And if you want to mail us, you can also mail us on support@affairscloud.com, and I assure you that our representative from us will be contacting you soon and resolving your issue.